All right, welcome back to the podcast that we do every week. Actually, now that's not a joke for once. Second week in a row. Hot damn.
This is the third, isn't it?
No, because the Shadiversity episode that we did was like 2 weeks ago, and then we skipped a week.
Oh.
But yeah, this is gonna be a shorter episode. We're kind of just gonna blaze through topics. We're really just feeding the algorithm. We don't respect you guys enough to actually put effort into this. On a related note, you should like and subscribe because apparently asking you guys is the only way to get you to do it. I know it's kind of bullshit that we're asking before we start, but you guys also don't watch the entire episode.
You brought this on yourselves.
Yeah, I have no choice. It's your fault.
We're going to start off with some comments from one of our previous videos, just because we're petty like that.
I've only really got it pulled up on this frame because I want Shadiversity to never forget the time he spurred out in public over not being given imaginary fucking points in a stupid fucking role-playing game.
Time? You assume this didn't happen more than once?
I assumed it happened more than once with Jazza because he was placating his bitch ass the whole time.
Poor Jazza. Jesus Christ.
But anyway, the first topic, or the first comment I wanted us to respond to was this one.
Which one is it?
I see this guy on a lot of Shadiversity videos. I respect his fucking, devotion to hating this fuck. Because this is, the fourth comment I've seen on videos regarding Shadiversity. Yeah. And he's on... this guy's on it. I just want to say I respect it.
Yeah, shout out to this dude.
But he says, just in case you were wondering about the book he wrote, his MC in the book is a serial rapist who was a dictator and ruler who dies, then wakes up in his younger body. Oh, right, we're not supposed to curse. I forgot about that. I'm going to have to censor this word. All right, well, whatever. Let me set a timer while I'm reading this. So, okay, he has all the powers he had as an old man, so he doesn't need to earn any of his strengths, and instead just talks about feeling bad for graping people while telling his victim at least she got a kid out of it. So yeah, criminal aside, an MC who doesn't work toward or earn any of his powers seems pretty on par for Shad. This is the most telling part to me. So obviously Shad is gonna write a character who was just an all-powerful, all-feared badass who then dies and wakes up and is like, wait a minute. What was his thought process there exactly? He died, then started feeling bad?
Clearly, this is a power fantasy character, which is really, really upsetting. Because
his power fantasy is a fucking grapist.
Yeah, repeated grapists.
I really hate that we have to discuss these serious topics with baby TikTok words, but...
Wait, give me the cursor.
It's just easier, you guys.
Wait, where was it? At least she got a kid out of it. That makes me want to retch, dude. That makes me actually sick to my stomach.
I really hope this is
a disgusting thing to say.
I hope that this is an accurate retelling of the story and not this guy, exaggerating it because he hates him, which I also respect, by the way. I have nothing against you doing that, but we'll look really silly if we go off of this.
I am not reading his entire book.
That's what I told this... I think I told it to this person. I'm able to get Shad's book for free on Audible, so I've been seriously considering listening to it for the sake of the podcast. If there's any support for that, let me know, because I haven't really seen a fully detailed summary of the book.
I honestly couldn't.
At least not on YouTube. People on fantasy forums and stuff have read it and said it's a mid as fuck fantasy story. Oops.
I could not.
Naughty words.
I could honestly not. I would not be able to sit through an entire book by him.
My biggest fear for the book is that it's going to just be boring, and
even if what this guy says is fractionally true, it's going to suck. It's going to be incredibly boring.
Look at what this person says. You have no idea how much whack is in that book. There's a moment where the MC literally cuts a floating island in half and it's supposed to be taken seriously. The guy is that powerful from, the start of the story? Is there any, actual stakes to this, or is it just a power?
There literally can't be stakes at that point.
Is it just Sword Art Online where the character walks around while everyone points at him? Oh my god, he's so cool. This is like Baki, but written by a somehow bigger man-child. At least I don't see any videos of Kisuke Itagaki pee-pee poo-pooing his pants because his brother got a higher rating as an artist in a role-playing game than him. Here's the other comment I wanted to say. Shad has a strategy. He has service-level knowledge in European medieval weapons, and he talks a lot. God, that he does a lot.
Yes.
I rewatched our Shad video multiple times because I love the sound of my own voice, and damn, does that dude just blabber. No, that's profoundly ignorant, you see. Jerks off onto picture of wife stapled onto Power Girl.
Photoshop picture of wife, too. He really needs a script when he talks, because he goes over the same points over.
He probably
and
does
over,
have a script, which is the sad part. Like,
If
I
he has
see
a
him
script-
looking down in his videos constantly when he's actually on camera.
Oh, if he has a script, then he needs a better writer or something, because...
This makes him minor typo, knowledgeable, but when he does not know a specific subject, he acts like he does and won't listen to any criticism or correction. He's always right. As an example, I'll give the way he treats any weapon that isn't European. He calls them garbage because he doesn't know how to use them.
Reminds me of a certain someone.
Who's that?
You!
I collect all manner of weapons.
I wasn't talking about the flapping weapons.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about then.
Oh,
but I've
okay.
seen multiple people point this out to him, apparently. Like, Shad just gets things wrong pretty consistently, and he never, like, issues corrections to them. I think, it's like I said here, the egomaniac cannot possibly fathom he might be wrong about something, which I think is very much the case. I don't think he's getting things wrong on purpose. I think he just makes assumptions, or he's bad at actually using the weapon. So, if I, the great Shadiversary, I'm giving him a British accent, if I, the great Shadiversary, can't use this weapon, it must be bad. Just like if I can't use a pencil and paper, it's an inferior way of creating art.
You have been interacting on this far more often than I thought you were.
Yes, I'm responding to everyone.
This dude,
I like this person.
I'm like at least 30% sure that this is Shad in disguise.
Hey, dude,
'Cause
when we
he
start
is
live
so
streaming,
avidly, like, look, because this isn't the only comment where he's just like avidly defending Shad. He
I'm
has
pretty
another
sure
one
this is-
immediately beneath. Right after that, look, 4 comments.
this person
on this
posted these all in a row.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this is some, like, Indian incel or something that barely speaks English that's just, like slobbing Shad in our comments, because
well, there's not like really any typos or anything, so I wouldn't.
there's
assume-
plenty of typos. Like, it's so nice to hear someone that has no bias and
yeah.
listening to others with such a huge bias. It's so blatantly obvious. I'm surprised he spelled those correctly. I wish I knew the name of the guy that knew nothing of Shad. I said your name like 4 times in that episode. What do you... He didn't even watch it.
Me?
Why are they watching such an old video? This is
I also left a comment underneath his thing here.
nice try,
That's
Shad.
me.
This is me under here. This guy. God.
Yeah, the guy labeled cochlear discharge.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's literally me.
Whoa.
I wish I knew the name of the guy that knew nothing of Shad. Yeah, they're referring to you, because you were the one who knew nothing. You knew nothing of him at, like, the first 2 minutes of the video, and he's basing it off of that. I like
He's
his...
a loser. I don't watch losers, man.
Why are they watching such an old video? The video was like a week old when we responded to it.
Yeah, this guy is really, really grasping at straws to defend his guy, which I can't fathom why he chose Shad as the hill to die on. 'Cause-
He's probably also an AI art idiot. It's really that simple.
yeah, you're probably right.
It's so hilarious how bad these takes are now. He has debated how many people now. Why is everyone so angry? Lol. Wow. He has proved his point. ... with everyone he debated. ... Oh yeah. Everyone he debated, huh? Let's.
Awfully poignant.
That was the perfect transition, because
Oh yeah,
Shad,
I don't know what I was talking about saying that guy didn't have too many typos. I clearly wasn't reading.
Yeah, you didn't read any of his comments, you ding dong. It's funny that he says that because Shad has not really stopped spurting out over his AI art since we covered him. Oh my god, I really have to read all this in his goofy accent. Don't. He's gonna make me do it. I have to. Crikey! Oi! For anyone who thinks making great AI art is easy, requires no talent or skill, I challenge them to make an image of their own original character with the same pose, hand placement, sword position as this image here from nothing but word prompts. Oh my god, I'm not doing that the whole thing. If all AI art is low effort and requires no skill, then prove it and show a recording of your process. It should be easy for you it should be easy for you to make a similar image of equivalent quality with the features I described. Good luck, because where the technology is right now, that's impossible with just Alright, no, we're gonna start responding as we do this, because there's no way I'm going back through this shit.
This is tough to slog through so far.
Yeah, he's just blabbering, and he's making all the same points. For anyone who thinks great IR is easy, talent or skill, as this with nothing but word prompts. I'm gonna spoil it a bit, but he also didn't make this with word prompts. He drew the original image and then had it fill it into that point. So he's challenging people to do something that he himself couldn't do to begin with. Nothing
sounds fair.
Do you want to read some of this? No. Oh, wait, you're illiterate. If all AI art is low effort and requires no skill, then prove it and show a recording of your process. It should be easy for you to make a similar image of equivalent quality with the features I described. So he wants us to make this image with just hand placements.
Wait,
let's
go back up. Look at the picture. Thumbs on backwards.
Oh no.
No, it's not. The hand's on backwards.
Yes, people were pointing that out, and he actually responded, you can pose like that, but
it's just very uncomfortable.
I don't know why you would do that. He did show a picture of him, in all fairness, posing like this, but it's like, I'm pretty sure it put the hand on backwards, and it just so happened to be a way that you can anatomically place your hand, so he just went with it because he was too lazy to fix it. I don't think he actually intended it for it to hold the sword backwards here. Let's see it where he points it out. Oh yeah, here's this person getting a damn near similar pose, just at a different angle. And Shad goes, this has all the problems I described. The pose isn't even close to my image. It's pretty much close. The same. Like, how long do you want this person to really work towards this challenge, dude? You want them to spend like 6 hours regenerating the image until they just so happen to land on this?
Yeah, also
you didn't get there with just prompts, just to reiterate.
Cheated.
Let's see. There's someone, yeah, here he is responding to that. Really looks comfortable to be in that position, Chad.
Yeah, the way you have your face puckered.
That looks very comfortable. Try blocking a fucking strike with your hand like this. It's gonna crumple your wrist.
Dude, his wrist already looks crumpled. You can see all the like creases in his hand right there.
His face looks like a raspberry right now. And he's trying to tell us, no, this is anatomically correct. Look, I can do it. Okay, I already read that. Good luck where the technology is right now. That's impossible when it's with just word prompts. What happens when it's not impossible? What happens when the technology gets to the point that you don't have to do this?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Every single hardship they describe with AI art is not going to be there in like a year or two, and these fuckers are just pretending that that's not the case.
Yeah, which is dumb, because their whole argument is that it's easier. If they just stuck to the argument that it's easier, instead of trying to say it's like the same artistic value as people actually creating art, they would have an argument, but instead they make the awful argument that they are artists.
Now, I have to fix it, you see.
Yeah. Like, you could make the argument that someone doing this is an artist, but it'd be like a real low-tier artist. Because, like, at least in this case, Shad drew an outline. He had like a framework to start off with, and then just changed it over time.
Okay, looks like he actually did draw the hand like that.
Oh, well, it looks dumb.
I don't know why. Yeah, it does look dumb. Don't do that.
But, like...
Why is this what he makes?
I have no idea.
Chad, you're like a almost 50-year-old man, dude. Stop making this fucking garbage already, dude.
This has got to be some kind of fetish. But
He's definitely jerking off to these images. There's no way.
I like how the sword got longer each time. Or no,
Well, that was
like
his...
right here.
That was his point here, was like... AI image generators struggle a lot with things like hands with complex finger placement. I guess that was the point he was trying to prove there. So, like, complex finger placement, like, yeah, placing it on a broken hand. I guess it does struggle with that. Complex poses, original characters with specific designs, and depicting swords and many other geometric objects with specific shapes on any angle other than a profile. Hey, you know what helps you to get all these things correct the first time? If you know what you're doing, is actually drawing the picture. Wow! Crazy! These limitations are going to remain in AI art for a long time, and it can only be capable... And only capable artists can overcome them. Capable artists can also just draw them properly the first time, Shad. They are not going to remain in AI art for a long time. Like, the hands were fucked up when AI art first released, like, less than a year ago. And the hands are already, like... almost at a point where they're... Like, if you generate an image enough times, the hands won't look like eldritch monsters anymore. So, like, that's a horseshit lie from him. He knows that's not going to be a problem for a long time. He's just pretending that it is, so that he can keep pretending that he's an artist for correcting the flaws that they create.
Yeah, he's really not arguing for the long run here. He is really digging his heels in for... like a couple minutes while he can conceivably be right.
To prove this, I decided to make this image that has all those difficult elements to demonstrate that people with skill in multiple mediums and artistic ability can overcome the limitations and make more complex, specific, and at the end of the day, superior AI art. You can't. I was too focused on I absorbed none of that. To prove this, I decided to make this image that has all those difficult elements. A competent artist can draw this exact pose very quickly. Like, this is a flat, static angle of a, like, not very difficult to get pose.
Yeah, it's... the entire argument is rendered immediately moot, though, because
if you have actual drawing ability, which he doesn't.
No, it's rendered moot because he drew it beforehand and then had the AI generate over top of it. It's the opposite of using a template to draw something. He created a template and had the AI draw something for him. It's easier than this. Like, he drew this, and presumably this as well, and then had AI generate the later generations.
2, 1! Yeah! I want to get a more baby alarm than this. But we can swear now, a rule that we've broken multiple times over the course of this.
And will do consistently.
Always forget every single time.
Yeah.
I also didn't start that alarm until like 3 minutes after we started, so...
Also, check this out. Give me the mouse. Look at this gay shit. That's all.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Don't shadow ban me.
Stop it. Don't go to my profile. To prove this, overcome the limitations, and make more complex. I'm going to return once again to the point that if you drew just this stupid, like, outline here, and then had an actual artist fill it into this point for you, you're not the person that drew this image.
Yeah, definitely.
But for some reason, they think that argument applies to them shitting this out through a computer monster.
Yeah. No.
And superior AI art. Just get better at drawing, man.
Yeah, and it's really shit. There's no argument to be made here. I don't understand why. I can't fathom how somebody could so, like, bold-faced make this argument with, like, literally no backing. He destroys his own argument in every argument he makes.
Anyone familiar or experienced with AI art will know how fiendishly difficult making an image like this with AI image generators really is. I'm not the best artist. Wow. A slight amount of humble. Like, I don't even know what the word is. Humbleness. Wow. That is the literal first time I've ever seen Shadiversity not just jerk off into his own mouth when discussing his, like, own abilities.
A shred of humility fell upon him.
But what I can do here should show you the possibility of what more talented artists could do with AI art. If you're a talented traditional artist afraid of getting... you can make better AI art than the competition with your artistic ability. Once again, people aren't gonna fucking go to you to generate AI images for them, you moron. Like, when you're just doing concept art, you don't need to do difficult poses like this. It's just motherfuckers standing in, like, T poses or standing from the side. Yeah. You don't need to accomplish difficult... Most art you do is concept art when you're a professional artist.
Also, what would a... if a, like, really good traditional artist were to start moving on to AI art and do what Shad is doing, their art would literally be worse. They would be abandoning their own art in favor of other art.
Into this homogenized gloop of, like thousands of different art styles Frankenstein together to make this garbage that Shad... Why is this all you ever make, Shad? What's your obsession with schoolgirls, dude? Don't get too in detail about that, because I might not like the answer.
At least you got a kid out of it.
If you're a talented traditional artist, you could make better AI. Okay, once again, most artists do concept art, which does not require this level of detail, and most people who are competent in drawing can accomplish this exact pose and probably this similar level of detail in probably less time than it takes you to like run it through the diarrhea machine 20 times and then correct all the broken hands and other bullshit that it causes.
Yeah, there's like the more you have the AI carry the load for you, the less it is your art.
Let's see. So if this image makes it impossible... So if this image is impossible with only word prompts, then why are you challenging people to make it with only word prompts? You know that's dishonest then. How then did I make it? With a lot of hard work and, yes, skill in multiple mediums. Oh, there goes that humble bragging right back in our faces. Multiple
humble bragging, that's flat out bragging.
Skill in multiple mediums. There's no multiple mediums here. He drew lines and then used the fill tool to fill them with color. What multiple mediums is he talking about here? This is one thing.
Oh, my wrist gets so tired bringing the paint can over to the MS Paint.
Oh no, I have to fucking click a different button to select the fill tool. Oh my fucking god.
Do you have any idea how difficult it is?
My fucking kid got eaten by a dingo, and then my image generator fucked up the hand now. Starting with a hand-drawn sketch to lock in the pose and hand placement and finger position. So again, you're challenging people to do shit that you couldn't do.
Cheating.
You also... Look how fucked up this... Hold on, I'm opening this in a separate tab. We're gonna make fun of this shit. God damn you. Give me that laptop. We're gonna go ahead and make fun of this shit in a second. Using multiple complex tools and techniques in stable diffusion, such as control net, scaling, and component generations. Oh my fucking god. He's just talking about, like, all those basic bitch process, like, Photoshop techniques we saw in that video. And, like, adding their fucking, like, Latin names to try and make it sound more impressive than it actually is. Editing with Photoshop, 3D modeling for the design, and integration of the sword. What 3D? The AI did this part. You didn't do any 3D modeling for this.
You didn't do shit on this.
You drew this
I don't know why you bothered coloring it either, because, like, the AI didn't keep any of the colors.
Yeah, it didn't keep any of the spats that you really, really wanted from the looks of it.
Yeah.
It was like... Those tight little schoolgirl.
Yuck.
Such as editing with Photoshop. I recorded the entire processes beginning with the drawing, and I'm making a video showing what's involved, which will be released in a day or two. He never released that video, by the way.
Yeah, figures.
See. I think that's pretty much it to discuss on that one. He gave that bullshit, if you can draw, just draw it. I can do both. Let's see the responses.
AI colored. Sure.
You only drew one of those. AI colored? Gee, I didn't even fucking see that.
This fucking guy.
See, what does he say here? Because there were people who... Look at how he fucked up the face here.
Yeah, that looks like a fucking...
My anatomy's very good.
Looks like a crumpled soda can.
The hands also aren't good, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we didn't have to pull that up. But that's the latest, Shad's latest escapades into AI art, his latest public meltdowns. I did want to respond to this. He has debated so many people. Wow, let's check out his response to debating one of those people real quick.
I love this video so much.
Let's hear this. Get that volume up. Alright, let's hear this. This is Shad responding to the concept of to the prospect of debating someone. These are a couple of chuds that he hangs out with. They don't matter. Let's hear what he has to say about debating someone.
I wanted him on. It was Reed Southern. He did the response to you, Shad.
Laughing the pain away immediately.
I was told you had...
Reed Southern, I think, is the person who uploaded that video that I pointed out at the when we were done responding to his previous video on this topic. I pointed out a video where someone made a point at the end that I really liked about how, like, an artist is someone who can make art with multiple mediums, and these guys can't make art once you take away their generate button. Shad can make very mediocre fucking amateur art that he really overhypes to himself, but he's not the same level of artist as he is with the AI generators, which is...
Did we watch that video, or did you just mention it?
I just mentioned it at the end, but I think they're discussing the idea of him debating that person.
Had reservations about having him on.
Look at how booty tickled he is. He's like squirming in his seat. Oh, hold on. I fucked that up.
It would be like talking to a brick wall. He's the type of person that was so possessed and biased in his view that he couldn't even acknowledge that any...
Oh, yes. Talking to that person would be like talking to a brick wall, not the...
Just watch how quickly it escalates, because it starts off with him, like, chuckling at it, and then the longer he talks, the faster the faster it all comes out. He starts, like, huffing and puffing.
I love that little what's the word, like, projection there. It's like talking to... He just doesn't, like, listen to what every other artist tells him, and he insists that AI art's go... I mean, no!
Any AI art had quality, or that I even had any artistic ability, and if you can't even acknowledge blatant reality, how much progress are you going to have trying to have a conversation? I mean,
Okay, once again, you fucked up a bunch of basic art principles just in your AI drawing, so you don't get to claim you have artistic ability or talent if you can't even get the basics down.
What is this weird, like...
Who is this? Yeah, I'm only really just registering that.
I keep looking at it, and I'm like, is that like Kratos' tattoo on a meerkat?
This looks like nightmare shit.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't like it, though.
I should clarify real quick that these dudes are a couple of, like, obviously they host this show, the Sitch and Adam comedy show, and they're a couple of chuds, but I actually, like, I actually have a kind of a high opinion of them, because they bring, like, people of all political stripes on, and have, like, honest debates with them. They never change their minds, which is irritating, but, like, yeah, they get respect from me for that. Unfortunately, they also pal around with fucking Shad M. Brooks, writer and proud nerd, so there's a few strikes against them.
I could have a conversation with him and just point out how ridiculous his arguments were, because they were absolutely retarded, what he was trying to say.
You can't say that.
He eventually claimed that he knew how to prompt better than me, after he says I only dabbled with it, and then he says blatantly...
We can also prompt better than you, Shad.
Listen
We demonstrate
to the anger, dude.
He's so mad. He said he can prompt better than me. Just muscle manning right now.
He had to adjust the microphone so he could start, like, flipping his hands
So
around.
that he could start, like, soy jacking. I am an audience.
Factually incorrect things about
Hey, Shad, the host of the show is trying to get a word in, dudes. You're really just gonna steamroll the fucking owner of the show who invited you on here?
What a fucking baby this dude is.
He literally claimed that. Calm down. Breathe a little, man. You think he gets like this when he argues with Jazza?
Oh, definitely, dude.
Dude,
Definitely.
he was
reminds
probably-
me of a little kid arguing with another little kid.
Except he's arguing with himself, just screaming at, like, these people.
He's like an angry little kid trying to explain why he's mad.
No, explain.
He stole my bucket!
He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and now he's trying to blame his little brother.
He does have industry insights as to the
Look how exasperated I am. That proves how wrong they are. You're a fucking crybaby, Shad. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Get your emotional problems situated a little bit.
Yeah, he calms down after his tantrum and just goes back to everything being normal. This dude is not safe to be around.
Hey, Sitch, Adam, you're really just gonna let this fucking retard steamroll your show? Like, you know you own it, right?
I don't attest to either of these people. I have no idea who they are, so...
I watched like 2 episodes of their show because they had guests on that I liked, but that was about as far as it went. Alright, that covers the Shad section. We've made fun of the fat Australian sword idiot. Thank God.
Don't make us do it again.
What do you mean? I'm going to do it again. At the drop of a hat, I will make fun of this guy from the day I die.
Yeah, please give us a reason to make fun of this guy again. I love it.
All right, the rest of the topics we kind of steam through, just blow through. There's what the is this?
Turn that crap
Shut
off.
Shut up! I didn't want you going on. Skipping this story. Let's see. There's this story I wanted to discuss. This girl basically like goes on fucking. She films herself just kind of having a mental breakdown over like the 9-to-5 schedule, how she has like no time in her day for herself. She basically like goes home, like eats something, showers, and then goes to sleep and gets ready for work when she wakes up. And then she commutes like an hour and a half because there's no jobs anywhere near her that pays well enough, and she can't feasibly live anywhere near them because those jobs also won't pay you enough to live near them.
That's how it be.
Wow.
How it be out here.
Who's experiencing this right now? No one, I imagine. She's just a baby.
Literally everyone in the fucking planet.
All right, let's see what she has to say. This is what Shadiversity looks like when you tell him that AI is not art.
I know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying.
You're probably not.
But this is my first job, like my first 9-to-5 job. After
You're a white
college,
girl
and
crying,
I'm
but it's
in
actually
person,
justified
and I'm
here.
commuting in the city, and it takes me fucking forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, fucking duh! If I was able to walk to work, it'd be fine. But I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till, like, 6:15 earliest, and then, like...
So basically, you're awake for about 16 hours a day, and this girl spends 11 hours of that dedicated to her job.
Yeah, honestly, like I haven't even seen the full video yet, and I can already say you're not being dramatic. Everybody feels for you, girl.
It's horse shit. The hand that we've been dealt.
Yeah, in like the real messed up part is in
the
world as a whole, we've got it good.
I don't know what you're referring to. I'm pretty sure everyone has it about as bad. Who's worse than this?
I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go
Oh
to
yeah, that's just her leaving for work and then coming home. That doesn't include the time that she probably spends getting ready for work on top of it.
Yeah.
So, really, let's say she spends an hour getting ready for work, that's 12 hours out of the day getting ready for work.
Ridiculous.
So she has like 4 hours maybe to herself during the day.
I had a job like this a few years ago, and like it is demented stuff. And if she's living alone, like if it's just her doing all this, I can only imagine. I had a roommate at the time, and thankfully that roommate was a real saint. But you know, doing this alone, I can only imagine in a big city. Yeah, there's not really a good solution here. There's plenty of good solutions, but like there's no real like upside to any of this. It's like you scrape by. You have to like work to the bone constantly for your entire life to scrape by, and at the end you get kicked in the nuts and told you didn't do enough.
I was lucky enough that all my jobs are always like 10 minutes from my house because I refuse to drive any more than that.
Yeah, because
that shit would make me suicidal.
We live out in the boonies, luckily, so we don't really have to deal with that city life. But I had to commute to the city for a little while just because even out here in the sticks, we are getting like no jobs.
Let's see what else she has to say.
For sleep, I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to
fucking
work out.
woke
like,
nonsense.
Like,
take a shower, you fucking hippie.
Oh
What do you mean you want time to enjoy your life? Are you some kind of fucking game-o?
Game-o?
I don't know what they would say. You want to be able to actually enjoy the time that you're not working instead of getting ready for the next shift? Are you some kind of libtard?
Our forefathers fought, bled, and died so we could fight, bleed, and die for nothing.
We all just fight, bleed, and die for the sake of fighting and bleeding and dying. Things should never get better, goddammit.
I take great personal pride in making sure that a billionaire that will never know my name lives slightly more comfortable because while I suffer immensely.
I love when you actually look into those facts that they're not even fucking true. Like the old people that brag about how little they were paid, when you like actually adjust their wages for inflation, it's like, oh, you were getting paid $30 an hour and your houses costed like 50 grand in today's money. Yeah. And also your colleges were damn near free. Oh, I guess you did have it harder than us. My bad.
Yeah, fucking smug.
Nothing to do with my job at all, but just like the 9 to 5 schedule in general is crazy. Being in the office 9 to 5, like if it was remote, you get off at 5 and you're home and everything's fine. But like I'm not home. It takes me.
You shouldn't even have to work 9 to 5.
Like people that
you should maybe work like 6 hours a day tops.
And I know it could be worse.
Yeah, that would be
longer, but
like in an ideal world. Yeah.
Humans are literally not designed to work this long. Like. Our Paleolithic ancestors would literally work, even when they were farming, would work about 4 hours a day. And then they would just fuck around the rest of the day.
Yeah, because that's how you should operate. Like, there's no reason you need to be working this hard constantly.
Especially since you're not getting any of this. You work this long, and then you dedicate like another 3 hours of your day just getting to that job, and you're still fucking broke by the end of it.
Yeah. Like... we're having to work longer hours, and we live in a world where we can literally launch stuff into space regularly. We can send a fart. We can send audio of a fart across the planet in half a second, and yet we still have to toil for not like 10 hours a day.
We don't have to. That's just how it's. That's just how our cards were dealt, man. It's no one's fault.
Yeah, how else?
No one deserves to die for what's happening to us right now or anything.
How is Elon Musk gonna afford a new sports car that he'll never drive?
Let's see, let's play.
Off, it's pitch black. Like I don't have energy. How do you have friends? Like how do you have time to like meet like a guy? I don't know. Like how do you have time for like dating?
You don't have time for any of those things. That's the secret.
I'm like, so stressed out, and I'm also getting my period, so that's why I'm all emotional. But like. Am I so dramatic?
It's TMI. No, she's completely right. But this was posted by this piece of shit account, and
libs of TikTok. Wow, what a fucking asshole! He's like, this is a terrible argument.
Look at this fucking lib.
I inherited a large sum of money from my father. Now I don't have to work at all. I can't believe you liberals didn't think of that.
Her father probably did this for 40 years, and look at her. One day, 1 week, and she's falling apart. Ah, yes. Remember the part where she said that she was only doing that for 1 week? You're really gleaning a lot from this. She's pointing... Artificial imposition... this person's talking like a fucking thesaurus. I don't feel like reading that. Time to wake up at 4 a.m. to milk the cows, feed the animals, plow the fields, churn the butter, knit a new sweater. Are you doing any of this?
Yeah.
Are you doing any of this, you little bitch? Why can't I just do nothing and live for free? They also live for free. They did all these things while not paying rent, you stupid sack of shit.
Yeah. Our ancestors just had to worry about predators, which we don't do anymore.
Yeah, we don't worry about that. Well, now we worry about predators, but they're like other people just like, oh, I'm coming to take your house.
You owe us, you exist on this property, so you owe us your literal kidneys.
Look, she doesn't have a nose ring, purple hair, and clearly not obese. Marry her. What?
What does that even mean?
You're a fucking weirdo. Bless, try up at 4 a.m., start at 5 a.m., work till 6 p.m., drive home, load up for the next day, shower, dinner, paperwork, and order materials to be delivered for the next day, bed around 8:30 p.m., 6 days a week. Do you like living like that?
Yeah, it sounds
Do
like
you
your life
think that
sucks,
sounds
dude.
awesome?
Yeah.
Even
What?
if you did that, you didn't, like, you went through all that, and your reaction afterwards was, you know what, that should happen to everyone. If that happened to me, no one else should ever have it better, goddammit.
Listen here, girly. Your life sucks. My life sucks worse.
Dude.
I don't enjoy it. I wish I was
I wish
dead
I was
every
dead,
day.
frankly. You should too.
Dude.
Dude,
Same
old people
thoughts.
are like the most selfish pieces of shit on the planet,
I
man.
know, right?
They fucking suck so hard. They never want anything to get better for anyone else.
It's all that lead. It's all the lead that they've been inhaling.
Unironically, it is.
Yeah.
I work in a factory building engines, don't believe you, from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m., 6 days a week, and she's crying about an 8-hour day. She's crying about a 12-hour day, you dumb fuck. I wish for one day she could do my job, then she would not have to be crying about hers.
Dude.
Sounds like you really sounds like you really have a lot of time to yourself, man.
I contemplate suicide every day.
You work in a do you own the factory? Then you're doing all this work for someone else, you fucking cuck. People are supposed to look at you and feel jealous.
Yeah, I don't understand like the point of like people bragging about how terrible their job is.
If you own your own business, that's actually respectable because that money's going back to you. But this fucking like little bitch boy is bragging that he's earning someone else money for half his day.
Yeah. And that's only assuming that you're like if you own your business, that's not factoring in all that gets bled out of you with taxes too.
Isn't that great? You get taxed when the money gets given to you. You get taxed when you spend it, and you get taxed at the end of the year too.
Yeah, real awesome. Dude.
Wow! I love this.
And then the taxes go to something that is like actively not what you want.
That's pretty much all that. This Libs of TikTok is like the biggest fucking chud account on the internet, and so all their followers were just ragging on this girl. But everyone like 40 or younger were just like, she's right. This does fucking suck. What are you guys talking about? Okay, on to lighter news. This is a presidential candidate named Ron DeSantis. He's a governor from Florida. He fucking sucks. He's like personally responsible for hundreds of thousands of deaths because he didn't shut down the state during COVID. But him and like all of his donors were the first ones to get the vaccine when it was available.
Wow.
So he's just like a two-faced sack of shit. There's also plenty of he's written some of like most of the anti-LGBT like bills that have come out from the South. If he hasn't written them, then other states have basically copied what he's done, and he's doing all this to like gain like traction with the like far right voter base of America, like the Trump voters that are just like sitting around like playing in muck like a pig, like, yeah, Donald Trump, my life was great under him, and meanwhile his tractor is getting like foreclosed in the background. Yeah, he's appealing to those people with those policies, but there's also like secret recordings of him just like making fun of those people. Like, what a bunch of dumb fucking, not like to that degree, but he's still like, yeah, I don't actually believe any of this shit. I'm never gonna like, actually implement the shit I'm talking about when I'm actually in office. But
Wow.
but-
Having piece of shit political views and not believing them.
just like willing to throw fucking millions of people under the bus for your own ambition.
What a fucking piece of shit,
Fucking
dude.
demon walking the earth, dude. Should be fucking exercised, if you know what I mean. But there's a bit of a scandal. By the way, he's doing all this to trail behind Trump like 40%. So Trump is just like smoking this guy anyway, so all that was for nothing.
Wow.
But he's basically just running a loser campaign right now, where he's kind of just trying to curry favor with Trump, or like curry favor with like higher fucking government members, in the hopes that maybe later on he can try another presidential run, because this one's not gonna fucking work.
Even if it paid as much as it did, would you be willing to live like this? Just like
No,
fucking over
I couldn't sleep at night knowing that like I just like fucked over millions of people
Yeah, and then you're
in
still
for a cause I don't believe in.
Yeah, and then afterwards you're still licking up the piddle of a bigger piece of shit.
Honestly, if like people who are willing to do that should really be like excised from the gene pool. Again, interpret that how you will, but I kind of got a bit heavy with that topic. The main reason I brought this up is because this gay wad wears high heels to look taller, and we're gonna make fun of him now.
Hell yes. Pull it up.
I pulled up Kyle Kolinsky here from Secular Talk, big political channel. He's where I get most of my news from, and he's awesome. But sorry, Kyle, we're just playing this for the sake of this video here, because I couldn't find it anywhere else.
Simp.
I love you so much, Kyle. You and your disgusting bleach blonde hair. I want to choke on it.
Ugh.
I want to cut your hair off while you're sleeping and stuff it down my gullet. Wakes up,
Pelican.
wakes up to be like just choked to death on the side of his bed the next morning.
You just shaved like a perfect bald spot across the top of his head.
And anyways, enough simping for Kyle. Time to make fun of this monster. Let's get this going. Look at what this fucker's shoes do as he's walking, by the way.
I can't let the music play. Look at how he walks.
All right.
A very awkward walk.
Yeah, it's almost like he's a guy who doesn't know how to wear high heels is walking. This is how I would look if I were wearing stilts. Also, look at how high his knees are compared to like the rest of his calves. He looks like he's levitating.
His shoes also look gross.
Wait till you see them close up. Look, the front, like, half of them just squish inwards as he walks. Look at that shit.
There's a video that Breaking Points did on this.
Oh yeah, his foot is way high in those.
That was genuinely all the proof I needed to see that he's wearing high heels. But, so, there's that video, and then that became a bit of a scandal, and make fucking on him for wearing that. This is Humanist Report now, another good channel that I watch. But I'm unfortunately just here for the clips. It became a bit of a meme to make fun of this guy.
Okay.
Go Power Rangers!
this lady is like a right-wing chud, too. She runs, like, she's like a writer for some, like, right-wing gossip rag or something. And even she's fucking on him for this. And he got all butthurt for this, by the way.
Or Ron DeSantis getting ready to go out.
God, peak conservative humor.
You know, and I'm not judging you, but I'm just saying everybody else is gonna.
But I love people pointing out that this dude has like tried to fucking put like drag bans in, like, oh, if you're a man, you're not allowed to wear women's clothes, and he wears fucking high heels.
Yeah.
Look at that shit.
Oh,
At
God.
least stuff the boots, man.
What a fucking loser, man. Dude, like, I don't understand why
You just
people...
saw some of the more
Shut up, Mike. I love you, but we're not here for you.
First off, he looks like he uses a penis pump on his face.
Yeah, he does look very much like a botulism demon.
But also, like, if you're willing to be such, like, a colossal piece of shit all the time,
At least
you're
learn to
not-
lie conceivably. He probably doesn't respect the people that he lies to
Well,
enough.
no, but like if you're willing to be that big of a piece of shit to the entire world, why do you even care what they think of you?
Well, being tall literally is like a boon for like running for a higher political office. Like American voters are such fucking monkey-brained imbeciles that they literally say, "Tall guy stand over me vote for him." I think Abraham Lincoln, funny enough, was like the tallest president ever. I think wasn't he like 6'7" or something?
I don't know how tall he was. He was very tall though. I hear George Washington was also pretty tall.
Yeah, I don't think there's like I can't remember. There's definitely like concrete stats for his height. But yeah, if you look at graphs for motherfuckers who are president, it's like this is the line for like the average person, and this is the line of people who have been president. Like they're always at least above 6 feet tall. Trump, I think, is like 6'4".
He's like surprisingly tall.
Yeah, he's in spite of like.
I don't know how he stands like that at his height and weight.
And especially at his balance, like all lean forward. That's his dementia, by the way. Just want to reiterate that. See, we'll watch this video down here in a sec. But so Ron DeSantis watched that video and got all butthurt and was like, it's like wrong for you to make fun of me. And then so she responds with this video.
So, this is my first apology video. I made a joke about Ron DeSantis. There's a very popular meme going around that DeSantis wears heels, very high heels. And I made a joke. I put on my stilettos and I said, POV, you're Ron DeSantis getting ready to go out. I thought it was funny. Many people thought.
That's not what a POV is. Stop using that wrong. Damn, pause
She
game
talks
on
like-
point.
Nice. She talks like Trump. I find that annoying.
A lot of right-wingers do. Like, Ron DeSantis was also being made fun of for trying to talk like Trump, to the point that even Trump was making fun of him. Like, oh, this guy's trying to bite my style. Do you see this? Have you seen this?
Very funny meme. Very funny.
Ron DeSanctimonious, that's what he calls him. Ron DeSanctimonious, I've been seeing, is trying to talk like me, and I gotta say, it's sad, very sad. Slurps up Live Snake. It's sad.
Speaks like Hut for a second.
But
Ooh, Doc
DeSantis
Hanji.
didn't think it was funny, and that's what's most important. So I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart. And they said it wasn't a very substantive criticism. And they also notified me that DeSantis doesn't wear stilettos, he wears cowboy boots. So not only would I like to apologize, but I would like to be accurate. I would like to correct the record and do this again. So, take two. POV, you're Ron DeSantis getting ready to go out.
Is it just the same joke again?
Putting on very flamboyant cowboy boots while playing these boots are made for walking, which is why I can't play the audio for you since it's
Why'd
copyrighted.
you use this then, Mike?
Meme has become so big that even
Damn, that was not a funny response. That was a waste of our time.
Republicans are such fucking Republicans, dude.
Yeah, pretty much everyone has come, like, people who actually, like, deal with style have come out and said, yeah, he's definitely wearing high heels. Like, I think so, and I don't know anything about clothing or shoes.
Yeah, feet don't bend in the middle like that.
They're not, like, empty voids for no reason. I gotta say, I don't blame him for taking advantage of the fact that stupid people will vote for you if you big, tough, strong man. But, like, I do blame him for not lying convincingly. It would not have been hard to fill in those shoes.
I blame him for being a pussy about it.
He's also a piece of shit, and I hope he dies.
Same.
See, here's this other video. He went on this other podcast. This is like a very successful podcast, slightly bigger than ours even. This is again in Mike's video. Sorry I keep using your stuff, Mike. I love you, but I'm also willing to use you to make my job easier. See, this guy is like a supporter of him, and even he's challenging him on this heel shit.
but
Wait, your guy Mike is a supporter of Ron DeSantis?
No, Mike is like a hardcore
okay.
lefty.
I was
This
gonna
guy
say-
is like a chud.
You're 2 for 2 on liking chuds.
I have not liked any chuds. Except for that blonde bitch at the beginning. Whew.
person. Like, I have
Nice,
people
man.
that love to say, hey, Fat, you got something between your teeth. These are the annoying people in your life,
right? Hey, Pat, pull your zipper up, you know?
PBD. I can't remember what this. It's like they're his
Peanut butter dick.
they're like his initials, and this is his podcast, and he's the supporter, and he's like confronting him on this high heels shit. I didn't realize it became a huge meme on TikTok. He's about to show him.
Hey, pull one of your socks is lower than the other one. I'm sure your marketing team points out how they're trying to troll you in the marketplace. Okay, I'm sure they're doing that. Can you bring this one clip? I know you were on, what do you call it? On,
Look at this shit.
Bill Maher, and Bill Maher talked about the boots. I've seen you walk with these boots. Go ahead and play this clip. This on TikTok went viral. It doesn't have 1 million views. It doesn't have, 10 million views. This thing's got 1.2 million likes. And some people are wondering,
What are they? I don't even. I haven't seen that.
I don't even know. I've never seen this. This dude is all over the fucking internet with like memes and shit pushing his stuff. That's also how it was found out that he has a bunch of Nazis working for him, because they're like terminally online Nazis that like run his social media, so they'll like slip in a bunch of straight up like Nazi imagery into the memes that he makes, and he's gotten in a bunch of hot water for it.
Always good to see.
Yes.
okay, what they're trying to say with this is that in your boots, you have heels.
Look at him acting all incredulous. Like, what?
Off the rack,
I have no
Casey,
idea what you're
talking
about. His staff have responded to a bunch of these memes, so there's no way he hasn't been showed this shit, but he's sitting here acting like, what? I don't get it.
Oh, you governor. How tall? 5'11". 5'11". Okay. Why don't you wear tennis shoes and dress shoes?
5'11" and a half.
I do wear tennis shoes when I work.
That's what I say. I like how you could see Kyle Kalinski's fucking... he said he tried to make sure it was somewhere that the camera would always be. Who? Kyle's the first guy that we watched. I said his name, you fucking Neanderthal.
Oh, okay.
You do. Okay. I got a gift for you. I'd love for you to wear... Okay.
He's trying to give him normal shoes right now.
Okay.
Look how uncomfortable he is.
I don't accept gifts. I can't accept.
I don't accept them. I can't take them.
Put it here, and Ferragamo can get a nice sponsorship. And then, if you wear it, you fared. I know.
No, but here's the
Put them
thing,
on,
I
you
think,
fucking
which is how
pussy.
politics works, is,
God, he's ugly.
I know, right? It's
he
really
looks-
hard to describe just how ugly he is. He looks like not quite cooked all the way.
Evil rots your soul, and that remains true for pretty much all these fuckers that you see, except for that blonde chick. You gotta hit me up sometime.
Man, shut up.
Yogi Berra, when he was...
Not really. I'm not attracted to white women. Don't contact me.
There you go.
Like, he doesn't do this. And Yogi's basically like, okay, if you say I'm ugly, that's fine.
you contact me, I'll be
hit a
mad.
baseball with your face. And so what we're doing
Holy shit, what is
you know,
that in his
really, I think,
forehead?
The issues, the leadership.
You
His
see that like wiffle ball sticking out above his eye?
oh, that thing, yeah. Ew, what is that? I've never noticed that. That's his Rogu trying to break out.
His what?
Rogu, Roger's little polyp that follows him around.
Oh, right.
Because I don't think that they have much there. We've been an exemplary leader. We've gotten things done. We would be somebody that would be obviously a really strong candidate. That's part of the reason.
When this dude first started, he was tied with Trump, but he's so uncharismatic and boring that people literally just gravitated back to Trump because he's more entertaining.
Yeah, like...
And to the point that Trump was making fun of him for what an uncharismatic, like, spurg he is.
Yeah, why do they keep choosing these fucking losers, man?
To go up against them? I don't know. This dude was really popular for a while because of his, like, zero COVID restrictions that he placed on Florida, which killed hundreds of thousands of people, again, just wanting to remind people of that. Mm-hmm. But Floridians don't care because they're a bunch of right-wing knuckle-draggers who care more about, like, getting to walk around while spreading the plague than they do about other people, so... whatever.
People who run for, like, as politicians are either, like, 2 million years old or are the, like, lamest people you've ever seen.
While also being demons.
Yeah.
Politicians have made me very wary of just nerds. Because nerds are always the worst fucking people in the world. Consistently. This guy's a fucking nerd.
Dude, we're nerds. What are you talking about?
We are nerds in a very harmless way. But if I got the same amount of power that this guy has, I do some horrid shit.
I don't know how
Purely
I feel about
boredom.
that. I don't know how I feel about that,
Man, whose rights can I take away today? Play, you bastard.
Tax me and everything like that.
He is the literal embodiment of the crying Wojak meme with the smile mask.
All right, with that, we're done. Thank you,
Fair
Mike,
point,
for
fair point.
making my job so much easier.
Fair point, Mike.
Yeah, that guy fucking sucks. And he's wearing high heels because he's a massive fucking ball of gay cringe. And
I like Mike's Caucasian smile there. He's got like
he's
the,
Hispanic, I'll have you know.
Well, he's got the white guy smirk down.
Yeah, he
pat.
definitely does. He's got the smug, like, white boy, like,
Don't worry, Mike. We all do it.
Let's see. Okay, we're almost done here. This is just going to be a quick recap of this story. I really only have, like, a couple things to say about this. This is about this TikTok star who faked cancer in order to swindle her followers out of money.
Instantly, before we even start, her eyes are crazy.
Yeah,
I already know she's fucked.
Yeah, no. White women who smile at you like this are demons.
They are not.
Unironically.
Yeah, they're not fully there.
She will, like, cut your balls off in your sleep, or, like, poison your dog, or, like, burn your fucking, like, all your belongings if she thinks you looked at another woman. Run for the hills.
Yes.
Unless you're running towards me. Hit me up sometime. You know, when you're out of jail.
On the news today, it was
I can
a
take it.
heartbreaking tale. A young woman battling both leukemia and pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, she really just piled those on, didn't she?
They said she was faking it to rake in thousands.
Yeah.
Still insane.
Still crazy eyes.
She would fucking stab you in your sleep, dude.
Yeah, that's what's going on behind those eyes.
Nothingness?
Nothingness and occasionally stabbing you. Look
Jesus.
at that.
She's only 22. She'd make a good politician. I could tell that she would gladly, like, genocide an entire race if it meant adding another zero to her bank account.
Yeah, probably. Also, like, I find it baffling when people are surprised by this type of thing. It's like, I can't believe she lied. Really? Really?
You didn't think that there was a possibility of this?
Look at this camera angle. Look at those AirPods. Look at those teeth. Look at that, like, look at those
I like how she has
tubes taped to her chest.
I like how she's claiming, like, oh, I had, like, 27 trillion cancer treatments yesterday, guys.
And you've still got a full
head of hair. Like,
Yeah.
that was, like, one of the main evidences against her.
Yeah, she's also not, like, a skeleton.
She was not very, like, committed to this, was she? She should have, like, actually starved herself. Wait, so
Don't
full of fucking
encourage
color.
that.
No, like, if you're gonna...
people are gonna, like...
No, I respect the lie. I would do this.
If
I'm
people
saying
are
you
gonna
gotta
be
make the lie
grappling-
convincing.
If people are going to be grappling for attention like this, I would prefer that they do it this obviously. I'm more disappointed.
This
with
was
the
more
people
for
that
money, I
bought
think.
it.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Guys, you know people will lie to you for your money, right?
This face right here, like this right here, is her saying, "Hey, idiots! I don't have cancer.
Don't trust
Look at
me. I'd kill you. Don't trust me."
Yes.
How does she look different in all her pictures?
Yeah, it looks
It's
like
like the
somebody's
same
deep-faking
brand
her.
of crazy.
Yeah, it looks like
That's my camera focal length.
I mean, possibly. It looks like somebody's deep faking her each time, though.
pancreas, and I had stage 2.
See, here's what I would do when I do this. I'm gonna starve myself, not make sure my skin gets as pale as possible, and continue being bald.
Dude, you're already pale.
See, I'm halfway there. By the way, guys, I've been coughing up blood. It's not looking very good. I'll keep you posted on that.
By the way, if you ever got, like, thin, I would assume that you're already dead.
If I ever got thin, I would cash out. Like, hell yeah, time to scam them for cancer. I went and contracted real cancer just to make sure that it was convincing.
If you got thin, like, even as thin as I am, I would start burying you.
Again, I respect the hustle lady, but dang, at least this is the same problem with Ron DeSantis. He didn't lie convincingly enough.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you know what you're doing.
No, I honestly prefer that the lies are shit like this.
Not
it
me.
just makes me more disappointed in the viewers for falling for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, at least if she lied convincingly, then I could be like, oh, at least they weren't all idiots. But no, if you kept donating to someone who looks like this, claiming they had like 7 different types of cancer,
Yeah, you
didn't see a problem with that?
yeah you like that was barely a scam,
All right, get
dude.
it out, Morty.
Fuck you, dude. That's not even a scam at that point. You were just paying for her to lie to you.
See.
Pancreatic cancer at just 19 years old. She documented her
19.
She looks different in every one of these. What is wrong with her? She is a shapeshifter. She's a fucking Wendigo.
Oh my god, dude.
I think we've discovered the real issue here is that she's a demon. Why are her eyes so pale right there? She looks like a fucking raccoon.
Dude, she looks like she's like changing races between this.
Bruh, like, look at these two. What happened here? That is ridiculous. Alright, we gotta get through this video. We're only 30 seconds in.
Holy shit. Social media posts. Before I even started chemo, I harvested my
Chemo?
eggs with the OBGYN.
Dude, you're not gonna shave your head at least.
You're kind of like
Fuck no, dude.
Wonder what race she was in that video.
pancreatic cancer, but leukemia and a tumor on her spine the size of a football.
Okay.
The size of a football?
Dude, come on. You had to have known you weren't gonna get away with that.
The size
She
of
didn't
a
raise that much money in all
football.
fairness.
Does she even know how big a fucking football is?
Probably not. She probably just thought like, what's a big thing that people are aware of? Football, okay.
Dude,
It
I
worked.
I don't think she's that big. Like she's not that big. Like just looking at her, I don't imagine she's very tall. So like, she's also pretty thin.
She
not,
would look like fucking Quasimodo if she had a tumor the size of a football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like she's not thin enough to have leukemia. She's not thin enough to be doing chemo right now. There's no way. There's literally a 0% chance.
She tans really well for a cancer patient.
On the GoFundMe page, Louis Frillman was so moved by her plight, he donated
Was he?
$1,000.
That dude was moved?
He probably
That
just,
dude
you
doesn't
thought
look-
she was hot, man. Come on.
Yeah, that dude has never
You were
felt...
trying to be a sugar daddy.
That dude has never felt an emotion in his life. Did you see that face?
He looks like the janitor from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Live Doug reaction.
I was so moved by her. Stop telling me you're going to kill that man. Stop it.
Live Doug reaction.
What struck a chord with you about her story?
She was smoking.
Very young person.
There you go. Very young person.
She was very pretty hot.
And your heart went
I
out
like
to
the
her.
way she stared into my soul.
But police in Iowa
She was totally believable. Did you hear that shit?
That looks like the penance stare that Ghost Rider would give you to make you see all your sins before he kills you.
The alleged scam was first spotted by doctors who wondered about
Dude.
this image that supposedly showed her getting chemo.
You're not gonna, like, look up how to hook this stuff up first, dude.
They don't just cram a tube into your nostril. Also, isn't that a pee bag?
It looks like an IV bag, to be fair. It looks empty. People
The
were
IV
pointing
bag
out...
have the tubes come from the bottom. They don't have like a nozzle at the top there.
I think that's like a... I think this is like the tube, like, looping around it.
No,
we'll
that's
see in, like, the full image.
That's like a roller stand. Like they have.
Oh, is this like metal?
Yeah, that's metal.
Okay, okay, yeah, that's like a loop that they attach it to.
But I
people
think-
were pointing out apparently that this thing here is not far enough into her nose. It's supposed to be way further up in there, and she, I guess, didn't want to stick it all the way up in there because she's a pussy.
If that's what I think it is, it's probably for like feeding.
You see, when I run this scam, I'm gonna have that bitch like sticking out of the back of my throat. You won't be able to stop me from shoving that thing down my nose.
I'm pretty sure it actually does reach into your stomach. Like it goes through your nasal cavity.
it does.
Yeah, so like, yeah, that thing would be like way in there.
It's not the way a medical report should look. The Telltale Giveaways
not sterile, and it's not secured with
How,
medical
okay, how
tape.
can you tell it's not
This is a
sterile?
real medical
Yeah,
port
I'm not
used
sure
for
about
cancer
that.
patients. It's easy to see the difference.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit... Look at this shit.
Yeah, I don't
She
know.
didn't do it right at all.
I didn't even realize that's what that was supposed to be. I thought she was trying to like make it look like she had a catheter in her chest or something. But
I think this is for fluids.
I have no clue.
I don't
what
know.
that is.
I have yet to contract cancer. I will, though. Keep an eye out for that, guys.
My mom's been in the hospital a lot of times, and like, not for cancer, but like, I've seen some of the stuff. I don't recognize what that thing is. The patch on her chest there.
I'll have to learn for my thing. Don't tell anyone.
I spoke with cancer patient Anna Kauer-Kovetsky.
The chest port is actually like a little port under my skin. It was inserted by a surgery.
Does it break your heart that someone would fake having this illness?
Absolutely.
What if she had just been like, nah, I understand. How cool would that have been?
She's like, I'm faking. She just like pulls it off.
She actually looks like a cancer patient. You should have done that, you stupid fuck.
Well, I mean, she actually has cancer, though. That's why.
Okay, I actually did pull up the Moist Critical video. I think he has a couple of, like... He has, like, footage of a couple of cancer patients actually, like, debunking this. I don't know, it's just Ray William Johnson. I'm not going to put that on screen. This is her in court. She just got sentenced for this recently. Like, I think last year she was arrested for it, and she just had the sentence handed down. I'm going to go ahead and steal Critical's hard work for this.
About this in court.
20-year-old Madison Russo pleaded guilty to a charge of first-degree theft after police said she pretended to have cancer and received donations.
Again,
She
like
also
a completely different person.
Is this like a fucking 7-ring like criminal ring happening here? It's a different person every time.
It's like the Joker from the
That-
comics.
I have to
just
think
like
that-
3 different people.
What if
playing
it
the
is
same
just
dude.
like a Joker tier mastermind, but she's only stealing like 40 grand?
Online.
I didn't do this for money or greed. I didn't do this for attention. I did this in an attempt to try and get my family back together.
Dude, come on.
What? How does that even make sense?
I guess like she's trying to claim that she figured if her family were helping her with her cancer diagnosis, then her parents would like get back together. I guess they were divorced. But
What, like a movie plot?
that's obviously not why she did that. Come on. At least be smug about it at this point. Like, yeah, I wanted money. I got it, but I just pushed it too far, unfortunately.
I was planning on doing a Parent Trap
I
2
was
on
gonna
them.
take a trip to Cabo. Imagine that's what she's sad about. Apparently, she's not gonna spend very long in jail. Let's see if there's any more to this. Oh, perfect.
I mean, like, it's obvious. It's obvious she didn't have cancer. Her clowning on all these people is like... at a certain point, you had it coming. Like, I'm not saying she's not a piece of shit for that, because she totally is. But, like, what fucking goober is going to fall for that?
Doug, apparently. It should... Let's see. There's a clip here.
The judge sentenced Russo to a suspended sentence of 10 years. That means she won't go to jail.
So it's
or
nothing.
face a trial
She's basically just gonna live at home.
Hold on.
in the future, but it will go on her record.
And basically, she
Oh,
received
okay.
probation.
Shut up, Critical. So she's basically just gonna be on probation for 10 years. She did have to repay all the money, so there's that.
Okay, I'd say that's fair then.
But like, people who do this shit, this is actually a pretty common thing, and people who do this shit just don't get punished, like, at all, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking wild. I think bare minimum, you should have to pay it back.
She did have to pay it back, thankfully. Like, at that point, I honestly think, like, the sin's been, like, repaid. Maybe you should include interest, but, like, I don't think a person should
I feel like
rot
you should
in jail.
I feel like you should have to pay it back and then have an additional penalty. I don't
I'm being
think
a
that,
little too lenient.
because like having the additional penalty means that you'll not only lose all the things you risked doing that for, but you'll
you're
also have less than what you started with, which might discourage other people from doing this in the future.
Yeah.
I don't think that jail time is necessarily the answer, because, like, you know, our prison system is like really not good. So we should not be doing that.
It bears mentioning, like, I think I was being a little bit lenient there. I do think, yeah, what you said. Her punishment should basically just be paying more than what she was going to get out of it. I don't necessarily think a person should rot in jail unless they can't or just won't pay the penalty.
I would say, like
you have to be punished for doing this in some way.
I don't know if paying more, because I'm thinking about like millionaires doing this, because like millionaires do this shit constantly. So I'm thinking, like, if a millionaire were to do it, I would think they'd have to pay it back, but then they'd have to have some non-monetary, or maybe a monetary and some non-monetary consequence as well.
That's actually a good headway or lead into our next story.
Because like, with a millionaire, if it's just more money that they have to pay, they'll just consider it a gamble lost. But if they have to, like, do something afterwards, if there's some kind of, like, substantial punishment, like they have to, like, I don't know, give up a percentage of their wealth, or like give up, or like work some manual labor in exchange for that. I'd say that's more fair, at least, because then they're actually having to like spend their time and energy and stuff like that as penance.
How the fuck do I loop it on here? Piece of shit. It bears mentioning, like, I think this was, I think you should probably have to serve a little jail time. I wouldn't be averse to that. But I think the main issue that this points out, that should always be pointed out in any kind of, like, medical, like, anything financially related to America when it comes to medical bills, is that she couldn't have done this scam if we had a universal healthcare system. This is a uniquely American issue. Mm-hmm. Nowhere else. I'm glad that just popped up. Hey, hey, Dave, how you doing? Nowhere else in the world does it cost this much to have your cancer treated. Nowhere else in the world do you have to go to fucking GoFundMe to pay for your medical bills. Nowhere else in the world would this even be a possibility. Or almost nowhere else in the world, I guess. Because you just go to a hospital and you get your fucking cancer treated.
Yeah, this is a big shit sandwich.
There's no, like, even opportunity for this in most of the world.
Yeah, this is disgraceful on all levels.
Yeah, maybe the system that permits this kind of scam to occur shouldn't exist, and we're kind of being mad at the wrong person, although she is still a demon and we should make fun of her for that. She looks like a demon anyway. She's a shape-shifting Wendigo, and it's very funny.
Yeah, like it's
hold on, this looks
really
very funny.
The eyes and the smile.
I'm breaking away from our stories to cover this because this looks funny.
Bear attacks
security guard. Yeah, get that piece of shit.
I've been on Reddit too much because when I saw that, I was like, I'm about to watch a man get eviscerated.
Luckily, this is on YouTube, so it looks like we can show it ourselves. Oh my god! That bear fucking flew that dude. It pushed that fucking guy like 20 feet. That is insane. I would be so scared at that point.
Textbook protagonist throw.
That bear is barely bigger than he is.
Yeah,
okay, it's clearly
very
big.
Much.
It weighs more than he does, but it's probably about as tall as he is.
Didn't even move very much. It was like, get out of here.
That was crazy. I love that bears are just breaking into shit now. It's so fucking funny to see. Oh, this poor fuck.
Authorities say that's when the bear attacked. Swiping at him and knocking him down.
At least he took off. Yeah, if this were a grizzly bear, it would have stood up, destroyed the ceiling with its height, and also eaten that guy alive.
Yeah.
Eaten that guy alive, I should say.
What?
No! Don't kill it!
Stupid.
Let it keep doing that! What's the problem here? What is this, like, thing on its chest? Damn, that's depressing.
Yeah,
that bear should have been allowed to break into anyone's houses it wanted. The bear just threw like crazy stuff. Glad, fucking YouTube NPCs, whatever. Like, just relocate the bear. Come on.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That was funny.
That was a white patch on its chest, and it was just fur.
I don't normally. You don't normally see that on black bears.
Don't go down a fucking bear rabbit hole here.
Yeah, it's very easy. I'm like Joe Rogan with chimps, but instead it's watching bears push around middle-aged security guards.
Bears
Why
are
did he
cool.
get euthanized? That wasn't even really an attack.
Yeah, like the guy. They said that he walked away with a couple scratches on his back, and his shirt's like torn right there. But like, it's got
That bear
claws.
could have done way worse than that.
By far. Also,
that dude made out of there like in the luckiest way imaginable.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that throw though. That was funny.
Yeah, I don't think that was a black bear, but like it was clearly not one of the more dangerous kinds of bears, like a black bear. Like black bears are not one of the more dangerous ones. But I don't know what kind that was.
That was funny. I liked that. I wish they didn't kill the bear. It
Yeah,
should have
that
been allowed. It should have been dropped into a neighborhood, if anything, so we could get more footage of it just pushing people.
They should just lock their doors so bears can't walk in.
To be fair, the bears just like tear the doors down half the time.
No, dude, I've seen a lot of I've seen videos of like bears like trying to figure out how to get into tents, like grizzly bears, and failing just because it's a solid surface that's not transparent, or not solid, but like it's a surface that's not transparent. So they don't think that they can get through it, and so they don't. So like a solid wall, they're not going to assume that there's a passageway behind it. They're going to be like, oh, wall, and they're going to leave.
Well, I'm outraged on this bear's behalf.
Yeah.
All right, what else is there? Oh, we already did that. All right, so there's just this. There's this left. As far as news stories go.
Breaking news tonight here in Top Story.
I really only want this for the background, like, footage. See, there's not a whole lot to cover here, so this guy, Sam Bankman-Fried, was some kind of, like, cryptocurrency darling or something. He was going to open a big-ass bank. I was telling you a little bit about it beforehand, and he got arrested sometime, like, earlier this year because people finally figured out that this fucker was just fleecing them, but he still became a billionaire despite having never actually delivered a product. He just hyped up the idea of a product. This is it, FTX. It's like a cryptocurrency exchange bank. And this guy was like cryptocurrency's biggest success story, and this is where he is now.
He's cryptocurrency's best success story, and yet he didn't do anything with cryptocurrency. He just fucking lied about it.
What he did that got him a lot of money was he discovered that at one point during Bitcoin's height, he discovered that Bitcoin sold for $1,000 more in Japan than it did in America. So he basically just bought American Bitcoin and sold them in Japan, and he made like hundreds of millions of dollars doing that. He also has rich parents, so the people pretended like this guy was some kind of rags to riches story, but he started with capital that his dad gave him. Wow. So even cryptocurrency's biggest success story is just a fucking... Look at this fucking goober. And it was discovered that he was basically using all the money that people were giving to him for the sake of this to have, like, weird, disgusting orgies with his, like, 5 out of 10 girlfriend and, like, a bunch of other dudes just, like, raw-dogging the poor chick. Like, he was having orgies and going on vacation... And when it came time for him to actually deliver a product, he kept pushing it until they realized he had nothing, so he was fucking arrested for it.
Hold on, that just dawned on me. So he was having orgies where he would get a bunch of guys to have sex with his girlfriend.
That's how I imagine it.
Oh.
That was never detailed, but look at this guy. You don't think he watches? You don't think he watches his girlfriend just get fucking air sealed?
Air sealed. Ew.
It bears mentioning, by the way, that this dude is not the only cryptocurrency scammer. He's like fucking pretty much everyone at the top of the cryptocurrency food chain scammed like hundreds of thousands of dollars from their fans at one point. The difference, of course, being that this guy scammed rich people. What is this fucking Easter Island head that I'm looking at? This guy scammed rich people, which is why he's in jail.
Yeah,
that is the only reason.
That simple. Like, he's a piece of shit, but he's, you know, the same piece of shit that's been rehashed a billion times. It's the same piece of shit we just watched.
See, there's not much else to that story.
Also,
it's
I'd
cool
like to
that he's
point
in
out-
jail. I wish that, like, other criminals went to jail, but unfortunately they probably won't be.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out another... Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Should I turn on the sound?
No, you're good.
Oh, shit.
I don't need the sound. Let's go right there.
He
And-
looks like he has a scat fetish.
Right, I think this is a
Looks
pretty
like
good
me.
example. See these things right here?
The
crazy eyes. Crazy eyes. You
There
can
is
see it
no
from a
soul
mile
behind
away.
those eyes.
I don't know why people are still confused about this. Crazy eyes. You can see it in the... Look at this.
The light doesn't touch his eyes, dude.
He looks like a fucking Muppet, dude. Crazy eyes.
Alright, there wasn't much to that story, but I did want to make fun of him for his cuckoldry.
Not everyone with crazy eyes is crazy, and not every crazy
Most of
person...
them are.
Not every crazy person has crazy eyes, but if you see
It's a
crazy
pretty
eyes, it's more often than not correct. Like, it's more often than not an actual signifier.
You
Look
should
for
not date
crazy eyes.
Like, you should not date a person with crazy eyes ever for any reason whatsoever.
Yeah, if they look at you like that, don't talk to them.
All right,
Easy.
So that's pretty much the last story. Now we can just pad for time by discussing the movie we watched. I'm just pulling this up for the sake of like background bullshit. We're really not gonna listen to it because I'm pretty sure this is some like mouth breather talking over the clips the whole time. But
Like
yeah, we just
some
watched the movie
people.
Terrifier and it was good.
Yeah, it was like for a
He's really
slasher.
He's really asking people to subscribe to him before the video starts, like we did at the beginning. The fucking
nerve.
audacity.
The nerve. For a slasher, this is like
This is a very competent story.
I always feel weird using the phrase "breath of fresh air" because everyone says "breath of fresh air," but you know,
This one
it fits.
actually, yeah. This was a very good movie. I've been hearing about this movie for years and just put off watching it. And when I did finally watch it, I was very impressed by it.
There are some parts of this movie that are kind of corny, but like
It kind of has to do that. It's a horror movie.
yeah, but like it's definitely better than most of the horror movies you've probably watched recently. If you have if you enjoy slashers, this is like he is fucking hilarious too.
Yeah,
like
he's a real piece of shit, but Art the Clown is like one of the best slasher movie villains I've seen in a long time.
yeah, you've got to have sort of like a twisted sense of humor for him to remain funny. But we were laughing at him
Pretty
much the
consistently.
entire movie because
Wow.
he is fucking hilarious.
While also remarking what a piece of shit he is. Nice censor, dude.
Yeah, he is. As far as killers go, I like him in comparison to other killers because, like, with other killers, they do like the like silent stalking thing that they always do and the merciless killing, but they always treat them like they're Terminators and they're like completely invincible. Like somebody will stab them in the back and they'll just be like, oh, and then they'll just like keep walking. He does a little bit of that. Like he gets like hurt real bad and then just keeps going, but like. He's not strong. Like he doesn't like pick anyone up by the throat or anything like that. This girl on screen, he loses
a
multiple
physical
fights
bout with her.
He has to use a well. I'm not gonna. I guess I won't spoil it though. I guess
This part might spoil it a bit, but
yeah,
hopefully
you're getting spoilers through this video. Yeah, this scene right here. Oh my god. Dude.
yeah, this is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in just in a movie in general. I don't know how they got away with showing it, but yeah, this main chick here is actually like a total badass. She's a really good protagonist and a good female protagonist. She manages to be badass without it being corny. Unfortunately, as you can see here, things don't go well for her. But
I like that they kept him silent. Like, you can't really tell because the whole video is silent, but he is very silent the entire movie. They do a really good job. He doesn't grunt, he doesn't do anything, he doesn't whisper, nothing. He's perfectly silent, and he's weird. He is a weird dude. And another thing is, with serial killers or like with movies, like slasher movie villains, they'll usually make them badass. He's not. He's gross and pathetic.
He's a gross, pathetic fucking cheater that will pull a fucking Glock out the millisecond he starts losing.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole, which makes him...
One of his first things he does is he smears shit all over a bathroom wall. And you can see the shit on his hands. And I don't think he washes them throughout this movie, which I think is his biggest crime.
Yeah, it was pretty grody.
This scene's great.
You also just see his dick. Right here. You just see his dick.
He's so funny.
Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, this movie is a comedy in, like, the darkest ways, but it manages to work well.
Yeah.
The kills are fucking great in this movie. The practical effects are really good, and they look like some cartel shit. Yeah.
Yeah, this scene in particular was very, like, cartel.
You can probably imagine
what that girl being sawed in half. That was brutal, dude. I don't even got a cooch, and I was cringing.
Bit of a spoiler here, but that badass chick Tara, after she fucking gets glocked, it replaces her with her little sister.
Older sister.
This is her little sister.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Tara is like a few years older. She's just not in college like she is.
Oh, well,
but Tara's a way better character than this chick was.
Yeah, she sucks.
But Art the Clown has a great design. He's really fucking great kills. He's funny, which I think horror movies need a little bit of juxtaposition like that to really work. But
yeah, he's a really good slasher villain.
And the story itself is actually very competently told. Like, there's a lot of foreshadowing throughout the movie if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah. I don't know how much more over this we've already gone over a lot of spoilers that I feel like we didn't need to go over with this.
Yeah, I thought I didn't realize this fucking piece of shit was just gonna show all this crap. But whatever. I guess I'll just add a spoiler warning at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
But this is a good movie. You should watch it. It's free on YouTube, but that version is censored. So if you're really in it for the gore, you should do yourself a favor and actually just rent it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a rent too, and it's just an all around good movie. Of course, it has flaws that all slasher horror movies kind of fall into.
Like, the main one it does is people will hit Art and it will like stun him or knock him out, and they won't keep beating him until he turns into chunky red salsa.
Yeah,
they'll just run away for no reason at that point, and it's like, what? Kill this guy.
The movie would just be over at that point.
Yeah. That's a convenience for the sake of the plot continuing, which you kind of need for a slasher movie if it's going to be somewhat grounded at all. So I understand it, but it's worth pointing out that it does happen.
Yeah. But, it's... I don't even know if there's any more we can really talk about with this. He's
not without that shot makes me laugh. He's so funny in this restaurant scene.
He's such a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, he's a great villain. It's a great movie. One of the best horror movies I've seen in years. Way better than 5 Gays at Gay D's. Yeah, I really breached into the brain banks for that one.
Dude, you're
more like gays at Gadies.
You're a real Bill Cosby there with your comedy.
Hey, that's way too accurate. Pick someone else. All right, that's all there is to say. Terrifier is a good movie. You should watch it. Anything else to say?
I feel like there's more that I would want to say about it, but
I don't really want to spoil it. We could do like a whole...
We already spoiled the whole thing.
Yeah, but I'm gonna add a spoiler, so if they kept watching, that's their fault.
If you like slashers, watch this movie. You
Yes.
will. I guarantee if you're a big gore buff, if you like slashers, definitely 100% watch this movie.
Yeah.
It's gross.
I'm not a slasher person just because I think slashers tend to be boring, but this movie genuinely shocked me a couple times. I'm from the fucking, like unrestricted internet access generation of internet goers. So I've seen shit, and this movie still managed to shock me, so you know it's good.
Yeah, and I sometimes I'll be like scrolling Instagram and I'll get like a recommendation for like some horrific new movie that nobody's ever heard of, and I'll go and check it out, and it's boring.
Yeah.
It just sucks. Like, I got this one recommendation.
I got recommended this fucking animatronic horror movie. Shit sucked ass.
I got this recommendation that was just like, it's the most chilling thing I've ever seen. It's so scary, and it was just like people sitting in a chair, and then the chair turned out to be spooky, and it didn't make sense in the end. And I was not invested in the characters at all, and it was not. I was not scared at all. I didn't know what was going on, so I had no idea what the stakes were. So, but like, genuinely,
fantastic movie.
Yeah, like this is not one of those.
I'm gonna watch the second one, and we should just do like a whole ass video discussing this series because I really like it. There's a third one coming out soon too, so I chose the perfect time to get into these movies.
We should watch the second, and then once the third comes out, watch that, and then right afterwards.
I don't think it's coming out like really soon. I'd rather like do a full video discussing both of these movies. Ew, it showed the shit there. Ew.
Yucky. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Art's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he smears poop on this fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is actually showing more than the last video did. At least this guy has some balls.
We should probably stop this before it gets too far then, because like
I already rewound it.
This is pretty tame so far, but like.
But yeah, if you want to experience the story, watch the uncensored one. If you want to watch the kills, shell out $3 and just rent it on YouTube. It's a very good movie. You won't regret it.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a good episode. Remember to like and subscribe, you guys, and if you don't, I'll kill you. Yeah. I will break into your homes and kill you. Oh shit, we weren't recording that whole time.